What effect do you think the tagging of bottles will have on your business?
I don't think the effect would have anything on the business because we don't sell to underages anyway. We monitor it very closely, so I can't say.
Do you think the implementing Labour's bottle tagging plan will be effective in combating underage drinking?
I don't think so.
No.
It's always been, underage drinking has been there forever. It's always been there. I don't think that'll stop them.
Do you think it's realistic? Do you think it could actually happen?
I can't see it happening because it would cost the government, I would imagine, millions if they're going to do, because just the amount of bottles in my shop.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you were going to do that over, and that would go back to the taxpayer, who inevitably
you'd probably be looking at doing it yourself as well.
No.
I think so.
I don't see, because then you're talking about employing other staff to bring them in to make sure it's done, checking it.
How do you feel about being held responsible selling to underage drinkers? Should the
I actually don't mind. I don't think it's a burden, because at the minute, if somebody came in and proved they bought underage for us, we would get done anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the big difference would be with the tagging. I think there's more scope for mistakes with the tagging, with somebody buying it unknowingly to us and then getting it to an underage. There's always the chance we're going to get prosecuted and it's not our fault. But that system works just now without tagging.
What are the consequences that you normally face for selling to underage? We
get a fine, but the person, even if it wasn't me, the person serving them automatically gets a fine. But me as the manager, even if I didn't serve them, I get taken to court, whether I served them or not. So we've got to prove due diligence is what we do just now, because they really are strict on it just now. So you have to look 25 in here, and if you don't look 25, you must show your passport or your citizen logo card or your driving licence. That's all we take. Don't take student cards or anything else. So we are really vigilant, because in the city centre we get lots, so we're aware of it. And we have a book you've got to fill in. I don't really know. I mean, you read about it. We don't see a lot of it, even in the Twin. You don't see much. You hear about every now and again fights, but that's always been. And when I was teenage, you had gangs and fights and drinking. So I think it's just more publicised now and more aware of. I do think it's because of the lack of things for their age to do growing up and in their schemes, because they get to a certain age and they're like, what do they do? If they've not got the money for computers and all that, their idea is to go and have a drink because there's nothing else. They can't afford to do anything else. There's nothing else.
On Glasgow's underage drinking?
I think we're penalised terrible. You can't lift a paper or read the news. And if you were to listen to all that, it's off licences that's causing every crime on the planet. I mean, it really is bad. And we are dead vigilant because we're getting picked on all the time. So I think it is unfair. And like they should, I think, go into the wee corner shops, because I know for a fact it is.
It's unfair how off-licensed are being treated, considering how easy it is to go into a supermarket.
Don't get hassle, and because our prices are restricted, we can't sell cheap alcohol the way the supermarket says. But because they're giants, they're not even competing with them. They're just left to do what they want because they're too big to fight with. Whereas they can just go up and right shut you down.
The SNP trying to stop supermarkets from selling alcohol.
Self-checkouts. That's another one, because there is always somebody at the self-service checkouts that's there, and as you say, the thing comes up. I don't think everybody should be penalised because one person got through that. I really don't think so, because they made the self-service checkouts there for people like I don't have a big family, so if I want to get in, or a single person or a student wants to go in, they're only going in for 2 products. Why should they need to wait in a queue with about 10 people with trolleys for it, and you're only wanting to go through that? I think, again, that's penalising the majority for the minority. So I don't see that it helps, because they'll get it.
You'd like to add maybe about Celtic and Rangers?
It's culture, as they've said. They need to home in on the society in Glasgow. It's no just drink. They're blaming everyone for drink. As I said to you, the big fight a few weeks ago with the football, I thought that was laughable. I mean, there has always been fighting for Rangers and Celtic. I can remember when I was wee, and it'll always be there, the bigotry. But then his claim was, it was nothing to do with bigotry, it was alcohol infused. And I'm like, where did you get that one from? I mean, the 2 managers, John Lennon and Ali McCoy, wasn't it? Neil Lennon. Tell I like football, I hate it. But I've seen the picture of them arguing. So how can they say that was alcohol infused? They're stone cold sober, they're the managers. So I think that kind of paints it. We just get the blame everything, we're used to it.